Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of the Military Money Manual podcast. Spencer here with co-host Jamie. And today we're going to the mailbag. Remember when people used to send letters, Jamie, like actual letters in the mail, and they would be on radio?
No, I'm not that old. What are you talking about?
They would shake the mailbag. Well, we're not exactly shaking the mailbag. We've got Instagram DMs at Military Money Manual, and we've also got podcast at militarymoneymanual.com. You can shoot us an email. Here's some of the questions we got recently that we wanted to share. Cecil asks, hey, Jamie and Spencer, I'm a lieutenant colonel in the Air National Guard. How can I get my annual fees waived?
So when you're Guard or Reserve, you have to wait till you're on long-term orders, 30 days or more, and then the Military Lending Act rules will apply for you. That would also then cover your spouse. You can check the MLA database before applying for the card. What's tricky here, Spencer, is to clarify for people if they're coming, say they have 1 year of long-term orders, what do they do the next year?
I mean, once you're off orders, you're not qualifying for Military Lending Act benefits. And the credit card companies are pretty good about checking now. So Chase, I think, probably pings the database based on data points. It looks like they ping the MLA database once a month. And once they see that you're no longer on active duty, they send you a letter. And it says, hey, it appears you're no longer on active duty. If this is incorrect, you can provide us some active duty orders. But if this is correct, then we're going to start charging you the annual fees in 2 years. As Chase usually gives you 24 months before they start charging you the annual fees. Same thing for military spouses as well under Chase. American Express, a little bit different. They seem to be a little bit more inconsistent with it. Like, for instance, I still have 6 American Express Platinum cards from when I was on active duty, still getting the annual fees waived 3 years after I left, over 3 years after I left active duty. So American Express is a little bit more inconsistent. The other thing to note here too, Jamie, is if you open an account before you go active, so let's say that you have orders starting 1 October, and in August of the year, you open up, let's say, a Capital One Venture X card or a Chase Sapphire Reserve card or a Amex Gold card. You'll probably have to pay the annual fee on it for the first year. But once you're actually on the 30-day active orders, check the SCRA, Service Member Civil Relief Act database, and you can apply for SCRA benefits on the account. And Capital One, for instance, is one of the issuers that only waives annual fees for accounts opened before active duty under SCRA. American Express and Chase waive annual fees if you open the account before active duty under SCRA and while you're on active duty under MLA. So, and that can be kind of confusing, but just to say it, reiterate it one more time, if you're in the Air National Guard or you're in the reserves, if you open an account before your 30-day active duty orders, then you are looking for SCRA protections. If you open the account while you're on active duty, you're looking for MLA protections. And if you apply for the wrong one, like let's say that you open the account while you're on active duty and you apply for SCRA, the credit card companies will just deny your request and they won't explain why, other than saying it doesn't qualify. And you'll be like, what do you mean it doesn't qualify? Well, it's because they are robots and computer says no, does not compute. So make sure you apply for the right benefit depending on when you open the account. And the credit card companies are not helpful in figuring out which act your account falls under.
So if you're Guard or Reserve, your strategy might be a little bit different from someone that stacks 27 credit cards, let's say. But maybe there's an option where you get value out of the card, and so you end up keeping it whether you get the annual fee waived or not. Remember, there's a whole slew of civilian travel enthusiasts and credit card points enthusiasts out there that are not military, that find value out of these cards, primarily from the sign-up offers and welcome bonuses. So you don't have to get the annual fee waived to still make it worth it to open up some of these high-end credit cards and get great redemptions. Your strategy just might be slightly different than what I'm able to do being active duty right now. All right, Spencer, the next question. Ben asks, I applied for SCRA benefits while I was on active duty for my Chase and Amex cards while I was on active duty and got denied. What gives? I think we kind of just talked about this.
We did just kind of talk about that. So maybe I skipped ahead a little bit. But yeah, sorry, Ben. If you open the account while you're on active duty, you want MLA benefits. And the only way that the credit card companies verify that you're eligible for MLA benefits is if you are in the MLA database. So if you Google MLA database, Military Lending Act database, you can look up your own record and make sure that it's showing that you are eligible for MLA protections. And then when you apply for the card, American Express and Chase will check the database and it'll show, oh, yep, you are eligible, and then your fees will be automatically waived. Okay, next question, Jamie. This person says, my wife and I have 11 cards. That's pretty good. So he has the Amex Platinum, Amex Blue Cash Preferred, Amex Hilton Aspire, Amex Hilton Surpass, Amex Marriott Bonvoy Brilliant, CSR, Chase Sapphire Reserve, Chase Freedom, and the Citi Strata Premier. My wife has the Amex Platinum, Amex Marriott Bonvoy Brilliant, Chase Sapphire Reserve. So they've got a lot of good cards between the two of them, and he's wondering which card should we get next.
I would start initially at looking at upgrading some of your cards. Like when you have multiple levels of the Hilton card, I would upgrade the Hilton Surpass if it's been at least a year and get another Aspire card out of that. But the one that I noticed that's missing is the Gold card. The Gold is the one I swipe almost daily, 4x on groceries and 4x on eating out. So you probably will not be eligible for the welcome bonus based on the new Amex family language rules. However, it's still a great card for earning on daily points. So it depends on how far you want to go. If you're good being at or around 11 cards for a while, or if you're trying to get up by 30. I noticed you're also you don't really have any airline cards, which are fine. They're not the best ones out there. But if you're looking to get to 25 or more cards, you're probably going to have to go out into the airline world, the top tier for Delta and United, start getting companion passes, or maybe an American Airlines card if you're near an American hub. So those are some options. What sticks out to you, Spencer?
I just see a gap here with they don't have the Chase IHG or the Chase Hyatt cards. Those are sleeper cards. I mean, the annual fee on them has been $95 for decades now. You're getting a free annual night certificate with the IHG card. I get a lot of value of that, especially overseas. And then the Chase Hyatt card also gives you a free annual night certificate, but it's up to a Category 4 hotel. So you're not staying at the Park Hyatt in downtown Manhattan. They're great cards, and you're not paying annual fees on them, even though if you had to pay the annual fee on it, it's only $95. The other gap I see here, like you said, Jamie, no Amex Gold, no Amex Green. And those are especially valuable. Even if you're not getting the welcome bonus, you can apply for those, open them, and then you can upgrade them to more Amex Platinum cards, and your Amex Platinum benefits are going to stack.
The other one I noticed is the Chase Bonvoy cards are pretty good because you can upgrade them after a year. Sometimes, depending on the timing of their welcome offer, you might get a couple free nights. Sometimes it's up to 5 free nights for the Chase Bonvoy Boundless, I think is the one that had that recently. And then after a year, you can upgrade it to the Ritz-Carlton card, which comes with an 85,000 point free night certificate every year, $300 travel credit on that card. On the Ritz-Carlton card, you cannot apply directly, so you would need a Chase Bonvoy card and then product change after 1 year. And I'm a big fan of that card. Although they make you call in to get your travel credit reimbursed, it's not automatic. It's a great card. So the Chase Bonvoy cards might be another one to consider.
And just one more card I would mention is the Chase Sapphire Preferred. So Chase recently changed their bonus rule. So it used to be the one Sapphire card rule. If you had a Chase Sapphire card, you could not get a welcome bonus on another Chase Sapphire card unless you had... there was complicated rules, but they don't matter because they got rid of them. So I would maybe just go look at a Chase Sapphire Preferred. I think currently it's offering like a 75,000 point welcome bonus, and you might be eligible to just open that card directly and earn the welcome bonus. And then you can upgrade it to another Chase Sapphire Reserve after 1 year.
Yeah, the great thing about Chase now is another recent change is they have that pop-up kind of warning of you can still apply for the card, but you're not going to be eligible for the welcome offer. So that's a really nice new feature from Chase as of the summer of 2025. So if you applied for the Chase Sapphire Preferred and for some reason you're not eligible, you have too many cards recently or something like that, they'll tell you before you actually go through the application. So pretty low risk or no risk to try that one out. All right, Spencer, next question says, my husband and I have Amex Platinum cards. He's the primary account holder and I'm an authorized user with my own card. I would like to open another Platinum card, but separately as the primary account holder so we can benefit from getting the sign-up bonus and we also reap double the regular benefits. My question for you, as you understand it, will I get the annual fee waived under SCRA even though I already hold Amex Platinum card? In other words, is there a limit to SCRA benefit on annual fees waived in terms of the number of cards you can enjoy that waiver with?
Okay, there's a couple of things going on in this question, and I think they're a little confused. But if you're an authorized user on someone's account, you do not have an account. I mean, I don't know if this is like a military spouse empowerment movement that I need to start, but like you can get your own account. You are your own person. You have your own social security number. You don't need to be an authorized user on your husband or your wife's account. You can get your own card. That's the message that I want to get out to every military spouse is you are covered. You are an individual who is covered under the Military Lending Act. The United States Congress has seen fit to grant you the same protections that are extended to active duty military service members. So that's a beautiful thing, and you should reap the benefits of that, and you should enjoy that. So, okay, I'm going to answer your first question here. Yes, you can open up your own Amex Platinum card that you apply for. You are your own person. And oh, by the way, your husband, your partner can send you a referral link from their account, and they can earn a referral bonus if they have a referral link in the Amex app or on AmericanExpress.com. And then your other question is, will the annual fee be waived under the SCRA? It'll be waived under Military Lending Act, but we don't have to get pedantic. And if you are an authorized user on the account on someone else's account, can you get the fee waived? Yes. And is there a limit to the SCRA, or I'm just going to add an MLA benefits on annual fees waived? No, there is no limit on this. I had a data point recently. A person had 12 Amex Platinum cards because they got to 9, and then they did a direct application all on the same day for an Amex Platinum, an Amex Gold, and an Amex Green, and they were approved for all 3, and they upgraded the Amex Gold and the Amex Green a year later to more Amex Platinum cards. So they had, between them and their spouse, they each had 12 Amex Platinum cards. And then they also had 6 Hilton Honor Aspire cards each. So that's 12 annual free nights at Hilton Hotels and Resorts, which is ridiculous. I mean, that's like, I thought I was playing the game pretty well, Jamie, but that's next level right there.
Hey, speaking of Hilton free night certificates, I'm going to add in a question that just came in this week from Tyler. I'm planning on getting 6 cards between my spouse and me. And basically the question here is about Hilton free night certificates. If I get multiple Hilton Aspire cards, how do I stack my free night certificates? Do I pay the Aspire card free night certificate and pay the other with night and points? So basically, if I have 3 or 6 Hilton Aspire cards, can I combine my reservation into one long reservation, which is a great strategy?
You have to call in to use your Hilton Honors Aspire card free night certificates. So when you call in, the customer service reps are really good, and you get the dedicated Hilton Diamond line, which I don't think I've ever waited more than like 30 seconds to talk to a customer service rep. And they're usually a lot better than the standard Hilton customer service reps. So yeah, you just phone in and you say, look, I want to use, let's say you have 3 free night certificates, you can use those. And then let's say you have a partner that also has 3 free night certificates. You can't combine them on the same reservation because it'll be in 2 different names. But when you check into the hotel, you can just show them like, hey, like I'm checking under mine. In 3 days, we have another reservation starting with more free night certificates. Can we just have them assigned to the same room and then just extend the reservation for the 6 days? And I've never had a hotel or resort have a problem with that. Even like the super busy big ones in Hawaii. I will say, though, that they don't have to do that. And depending on how the reservation was made, or like maybe you get lucky and you get a suite upgrade and they don't, but that suite is booked, for your spouse's reservation, you might have to change rooms, which can be annoying, but you're also not paying for it. So.
I can keep you in the same room, but not give you as nice of an upgrade, or you can have an upgrade for the first part and then move. So you got to kind of see what your options are, but there's definitely ways to do it. Of note that Bonvoy free night certificates you're able to book in the app or online. I believe Hilton is the only company that makes you call in to do it. IHG you can do online as well. Don't remember Hyatt. Do you remember off the top of your head for Hyatt? I think you can do it online.
Hyatt, you can apply. Yeah, yep. You can apply a free night certificate. Yep.
So it's just Hilton that makes you call.
Yep. I bet that within a year or two, they'll finally figure out.
I think you've been saying that for a year or two, though.
Probably.
Okay, next question. Hey, I was considering a new card with all the bonuses between the Chase Sapphire Reserve and the Platinum card. I thought the best way to optimize on Amex bonuses was to start with the smaller Amex cards and work up to the Platinum. Is that true? Or could I get a Platinum card and then in a few months get the Gold card followed by the others? I currently have none of these cards.
Okay, so this is my favorite question because we have a blank slate here. So a couple things going on here. If you're starting like literally from 0 cards and you have no credit score, then you got to start with like a secured card from USA or Navy Federal to to start building your credit score. But let's assume this person has like one credit card they opened back in college. They have a decent credit score, like over 720. And but they finally found out about like the military credit card benefits, and now they're getting into the game. So between the Chase Sapphire Reserve and the Amex Platinum, unfortunately at the moment they're both offering huge bonuses. So the Chase Sapphire Reserve is 100,000 points plus a $500 credit once you meet the welcome bonus spending requirements. The Amex Platinum is doing a new thing where you can check how much they're going to offer you, and they're offering up to 175,000 points once you meet the minimum spending requirements. So huge bonuses on both of those. I usually recommend going Chase first just because they are a little bit more picky once you start opening up a lot of cards. There used to be this Chase 5 out of 24 rule, which has since been really relaxed. But that basically means once you open up 5 cards from any bank, any issuer, you're locked out of Chase until a couple of those drop off of your credit report after a 24-month period or a 2-year period. For the Amex Platinum card, yes, you are correct. You need to start at the lower annual fee cards and work your way up, or you'll be locked out of the welcome bonuses. So what that means practically is start with the Amex Green card, then the Amex Gold card, then the Amex Platinum card. If you go straight for the Amex Platinum card, that's fine, but you're not going to be eligible for the bonuses on the Amex Gold card and the Amex Green card. And some people want to keep it simple. They don't want to open up 30 cards like Jamie and I did. So they just go for the Amex Platinum card, and that's fine. But I really encourage people. The Amex Gold card is such a better daily driver card. Both Jamie and I keep that card in our wallet, use it for all of our groceries and restaurant purchases because we're getting 4x points, 4x American Express points when we use that card. So I would at least encourage you to get an Amex Gold card and then an Amex Platinum card. But if you really want to optimize this thing, start at the bottom, go Amex Green, then Amex Gold, then Amex Platinum. And then you could upgrade the green and the gold to more platinums and then apply for more greens and golds cards if they fit your portfolio goals.
If you're unsure if you're going to want to go to 30 cards or not, the worst case scenario is you miss out on some of those welcome offers. Or every once in a while, if you follow sites like Doctor of Credit or some of these guys, they will have a no lifetime language offer, which will help you sometimes repeat the sign-up bonuses if you want to open multiple cards later. But we have an episode that talks all about what should I get if I only want 1 card or only want 5 cards or only want 10 cards. So we'll link that in the show notes so you can see some different strategies that are available to you. But they're great cards to start with, and it's hard to go wrong when you're getting your annual fees waived. Sometimes we try to optimize so much that we second guess it and we delay taking some action. And Spencer, I wanted to ask this other question too about annual fee waivers for MLA as it applies to additional card holders. So for example, the Amex Platinum currently has a $195 fee for additional Platinum card users, someone using an additional card. Are those going to be waived under the MLA?
Yes, additional card holder fees are waived. Both Chase and American Express waive those fees under their interpretation of the Military Lending Act and the Service Member Seller Relief Act, SCRA. So whether you open the account while you're in active duty or before active duty, you're going to get the additional user annual fees waived.
Sometimes we see these offers on my Amex page where it's like offering me 20,000 membership reward points to add an additional card holder. Is that something, have you ever used that strategy? Is that something you recommend?
Yeah, you could. Yeah. So when I see an offer like that, if I haven't added my spouse yet to that card, I might add her to that card, and they might offer that on all 6 of my Amex Platinum cards. Usually there'll be a spending requirement required alongside it. So like maybe I'll spend like $1,000 or $2,000. So we just move my monthly spending to that card and we can earn 10x points. Basically, you can earn like 20,000 points for $2,000 spend. So that's a good way to earn some Amex points. And then you could remove them as an authorized user too, and just wait a couple of years and they'll probably offer you another offer to add them as an authorized user. Another thing I've seen people do as well is they can add their kids. So American Express allows you to add people to accounts when they're quite young. And as long as you're making the on-time payments, that can be a really good way for your kids to have a very lengthy credit history and have a credit score when they turn 18 and they can go open up their own cards. So if you've got a question or if you think we misspoke about something or you want to just reach out to us, Instagram is a really easy way to direct message us at Military Money Manual or podcast at militarymoneymanual.com. You can shoot us an email. And we think we're pretty good, Jamie, about 100% response rate with people. So, and I guess I'll throw this out too. If you're interested in booking time with us, militarymoneymanual.com/mentor. You can go there and you can see availability and you can book a time and we can talk about credit card strategies or military money or anything related to that. So check it out, militarymoneymanual.com/mentor.
Thanks so much for tuning in to this episode of the Military Money Manual podcast. If you're enjoying the show, please feel free to rate, subscribe, and leave a review wherever you listen to your podcasts. This helps others find the show, and we really appreciate it. Thanks again for tuning in, and we'll catch you in the next episode.
The views and opinions presented here are those of the speakers and do not necessarily represent the views of the DoD or its components. Reference to any commercial products or services does not constitute DoD endorsement of those products or services.